Let me tell this straight story. Once upon a time in America, I moved to Hollywoodland, and back then I was just an underdog, a John Q with insomnia. I had a job as a taxi driver, driving Miss Daisy around Sunset Boulevard and Mulholland Drive, when I met Eve, a woman to die for. I was all about Eve, and soon after some romance and cigarettes, she became my fair lady. I had doubts that she was an American beauty. I actually thought she was from Australia, but learned that she came out of Africa, somewhere near Madagascar. When we met, we just clicked. We set it off. It was a night to remember, and she was dressed to kill. I was bedazzled. She was like a ray of sunshine in the dark night, and we followed all the rules of attraction and rules of engagement. Then she mentioned that her father, not exactly an ideal husband, was with his secretary, and her mother hired a professional to cause the end of the affair. Well, at least I didn't have to meet the parents, right? But I was too head over heels to tell myself, "Run, fat boy, run!" But I didn't really think about what's the worst that could happen. I was too enchanted in knowing if she was the one. Just before sunrise, she got closer. She told me, "Talk to me, say anything." I told her, "Stand by me." She said, "But I'm stuck on you." I said, "P.S. I love you, baby mama." She shrugged. "What's love got to do with it?" She said in the heat of the night, and she just muttered, "Catch me if you can." With full speed, I chased her from here to eternity, and somehow we ended up sideways in the bedroom. It was a phenomenon. I was feeling super bad, ready to rumble, and I wanted to see what lies beneath. And so I made a snatch for Untouchables, and before I knew, me and my Wonder Boys were having a bad-ass time, man, and being blown away, and we had the whole place catch a fire, even Mississippi burning. When the night was over, she gave me a memento, her ring, but told me you can't take it with you. I didn't know what the point was, but she had such a beautiful mind. So then we moved to Chicago and became regular city slickers, but still ordinary people with Bob, our good German shepherd. Anyway, one day in September I got a letter and I told her, "Babe, you've got mail. It came while you were sleeping." "Oh, it's an invitation to my best friend's wedding," she said. "Rachel's getting married the day after tomorrow, after a very long engagement." "On a Friday," I said. "Well, you know what happens in Vegas," she said. "Well, what about Bob?" I asked. "He'll have to stay." "So what's the game plan?" I asked. "Not up to taking an airplane. You know how much I like cars, so let's take a joyride so we won't have to hitch." So we took a road trip, and next thing I knew I was waking up in Reno. We spent a fistful of dollars at a casino there, and as we were leaving Las Vegas, we were just in time to see Rachel getting married. They had them waiting. Apparently 4 weddings and a funeral were scheduled, and we didn't know which one to go to. But soon we came across Mr. Brooks, who was the father of the bride. "No, you stand there. We got big fish to fry," he said, laughing, and he showed us there. I saw 7 men in black, and I could have detected signs of clear and present danger. I always had a sixth sense for that. "Who are those strangers? Wedding crashers?" I asked. "Oh, don't worry, they're good fellas, a few good men on a league of their own," he said. So after the wedding, I still had suspicion, but I never backed down. I saw a quiet man rise up, looking like a real psycho, clad in the color purple. Couldn't take my eye off him and the others, and misery overcame me. It was like something out of a Pulp Fiction novel. Then all of a sudden he shouted, "Guess who? Traitor!" I heard someone scream. It was a time to kill, and the shooter charged like a raging bull and took out his top gun, and soon we were all in a line of fire, jaws dropping everywhere. I told myself, be cool, be cool. It seemed he was out to kill Bill, who was the groomer, and it seemed Bill had just been a dead man walking. Boy, did he die hard. Apparently he was a witness for the prosecution involved in some conspiracy theory. So I saved Eve, and we dove into the car and departed. There was a horrible crash somewhere along Arlington Road and Revolutionary Road, though, and there was a lot of traffic, changing lanes, during rush hour too. That was when she told me that she was not the good girl I thought she was, and she was actually a fugitive, damn near untraceable from before, and that she had a history of violence. "So this is as good as it gets," she said. "You're wanted?" was all I could muster, breathless and waiting to exhale. "I'm notorious, but it's a wonderful life. I'm big trouble, but I missed congeniality too, and boy, after that I was gone with the wind, as far away from her as possible. So keep on the lookout. It can happen to you, even if she seems just like the girl next door."